Well said, Eddie. I want to talk about your Pies, though, and they've got the job ahead of them, replacing you, and pretty big shoes to fill. We know that. Now, Christine Holgate has been, we know, is on your board.
Been a bit busy.
I was about to say, she's had a busy couple of days. It's been hard to get her on the phone. But
Don't tell me you've got mail from Christine Holgate.
I did actually try calling her today and then realised I'm...
Used to have a straight post. Sorry, okay.
Very good. Obviously, she's been busy. She's heading up the charge in order to see who replaces you. Now, Sally Cap, Eddie, our Lord Mayor, our great Lord Mayor, has been someone that there has been murmurings around town that she might put up her hand. I spoke with her today. She provided this statement. I'm a loyal Collingwood supporter, passionate about the Pies' quest for a 16th flag, but all my time now and energy is focused on the city's recovery from the impacts of COVID-19 and bringing the buzz back to Melbourne. Now, Eddie, as you would well know as a journalist, that's not a no, but it's fairly close to a no.
I think she's pretty busy. I don't know if you could maybe do the Lord Mayor's job at the same time. Look,
you ran a TV network and were present at the same time. You were pretty busy.
I was mad though, wasn't I?
Yeah, right. Okay. But there has been someone new put their foot forward, and that is, it's one of the biggest names in Australian sport, John Bertrand. I spoke to him just before we came on air tonight, and he said that he is a good Collingwood supporter. He'll do all he can to help. He's good friends with the coach, Nathan Buckley, whether that's in a position of leadership or somewhere else. That is much further away from a no, Eddie, and I would think that he has put his hand up for the position. Now, whether that comes to fruition or not, I'm not sure, but that is news that we can bring you tonight.
Can I ask you, Ross, how long should this drag out for? Like, as a presidency... I
had a lot of power, Lordy, but I didn't appoint presidents, unfortunately.
Have we ever seen a long, drawn-out process where you might have, OK, is it John Bertrand? Is it Sally Cap? Is it this? I know, Eddie, because of the profile that you've brought and the job you've done, have we ever seen something this big where we don't want it being a distraction, do you, to the players and the on-field?
It's already a distraction.
Yeah. I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. I mean, I'd love to think that my presence down at Collingwood had a massive impact on the way they played. I don't think it's been.
No, but what it can do is help with stability when the pressure comes. Yeah. So it doesn't enhance performance, no, but it can help stabilise when the outside noise. The president steps up, does some heavy lifting. Yeah. At the minute, who is it? Who's going to stand up if they lose the next three? Who's going to stand up and take control and steady the tiller? I think that's a potential issue.
Yeah. Yeah. And just on the coach, Sam. So Nathan Buckley, a lot of pressure on Nathan right throughout this week. It was a horrible loss, obviously, on the weekend. 1 win and 3 losses. And, you know, the pressure's on because Nathan even spoke after the game about, you know, show me the aspects of, you know, personnel. Is it my strategy? Do I need to loosen the players up a little bit? So, you know, I want to sort of interesting. 2017, where Eddie, when you were at the helm, you actually let Nathan go till the end of the year, didn't you, before you re-signed Nathan? So.
Yeah, but we were discussing it all the way through it. And what you need to do is, you know, I think the last game when Collingwood fixed up Melbourne, put them out of the finals, one game didn't make a decision, but the build into that over a month, you could see Nathan really getting his mojo, the players really galvanising behind him, the club, you know, looked around and did all the things we needed to do. And in the end, you know, I've said it before, I think you're going to throw to something here that I said it last year, basically. Yeah. But in the end, we decided, no, this is the way we wanted to go.
Well, the momentum was tangible at that point to make your decision.
Yeah. We did have a look back to last year, Eddie, when you revealed on this very program that the captain, Scott Pendlebury, had actually been one of the driving forces in making sure that Nathan Buckley remained at the club. Interestingly enough, Eddie, I think the skipper has done it again.
I took a lot of advice from Scott Pendlebury. I asked him directly, what do you think? And he said, no, he is the man.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I feel like he's the right guy. Yeah, I'm not sure how Bucks can help us win contested ball on the weekend. So, yeah, I feel like he's the right man for the job. And, yeah, I suppose his own contract situation, that's between him and the club to sort out.
It's interesting that, and of course this time of the year, and look, I think as Hutchie said on Monday night, Eddie, there was pressure on Simon Goodwin before they even played a game. Now, they're 4-0. Winning helps a lot. Ross, you know that. But there are so many other issues at Collingwood that are outside of the control of the senior coach that I'm not sure this early in the year...
Like what, Sam?
Well, the fact that their list management has been a debacle since about 5 years ago, and the fact that they had to...
Hang on, just settle on that. These things are getting thrown out all the time about debacle 5 years ago.
Eddie,
there's a team that played in a grand final,
100%.
a preliminary final, played last year and beat West Coast at home in one of the great wins of all time. fixed up its situation. At the moment, there are 11 clubs who are in worse situations going in, or as bad going in that situation.
It's not that much of a
decisions were made. It could have been pushed down or kicked down the road even further.
No, you kicked it down the road a few times. GWS have put themselves in the same position. They have a debacle.
But it's not a debacle. How do you say it's a debacle?
Eddie, you had to trade Adam Treloar, one of your best players.
That wasn't a debacle to get to a grand final, get within a kick of winning it.
No, but after
getting to
18
a preliminary final, getting a kick into a grand final,
after
and
18,
winning one of the great finals performances of all time.
After 18, you doubled.
That's that list. Now it's a new one. Now you can have a look.
Well, they were strong
this year
decisions to recalibrate.
It's not a debacle. That's a throwaway line, and it's. I get sick of people just making things up and just saying stupid things. They were things that were done. They will stand by.
What am I making up?
It's not a debacle.
What am I making up?
How is it a debacle when they've played in a grand final, a preliminary final, and won a final?
You're taking this too much of a negative. You got to 2018.
Too much of a negative. You just said the place was a debacle. How would I take it?
You got within a kick of a grand final. You doubled down on your list. It didn't work. Now you're trying to build your way through it.
Is winning the premiership the only matrix of a season being successful?
You got close in 2019.
You reckon last year wasn't a successful season for Collingwood, going to Perth with all the things that went against the club?
I thought that was a tremendous win.
And the draw and everything else.
You
don't stand there and go, that wasn't a bad year, we got through that, we're a bit stiff.
I didn't say the club was a debacle, I said the list management was.
Well, I disagree. I think the list management got us to those
Would you agree, though,
and it's been readjusted
the
now.
latest trade period was embarrassing for the club?
No, I'll say it again. I think what happened was a lot of players wanted to stay at Collingwood, but a lot of players at other clubs were running out down the road. Okay?
The way the club handled it in the mixed messaging, like Ned Guy, it was a train wreck of a press conference.
Okay, he had one bad press conference, so did I, and I'm not there anymore. But that's how they do things these days. I don't necessarily agree on it, right? But Ned Guy was doing what he was told to do, right? He was told 100%. By the board, get it sorted out, and he and Jeff Walsh got stuck into it and did it, right? It wasn't pretty in the end, but you know what? There's been plenty of other times when players have walked out of a club. Okay, but I will cop that it's untidy, and at the moment they need to win a game this weekend.
All I was saying is it's not all the coach.
I'm jack of people saying debacle and carry on. I'll tell you what it was. It's trade radio, whipping things into a frenzy, and by day 10, when you've asked how many times if Jeremy Cameron's going down, this was a good, sexy story. Okay, it's a good story.
Can't blame
the
media. You can't blame the media.
I'm telling you what I think.
You can't blame the media.
I'm telling you, not blaming the media. It's what
you said. It was trade radio.
I said it was whipped up into a frenzy. These things happen in football all the time.
I completely agree, and I said it happened at GWS.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it hurt your depth there. That's what we wanted to get to.
Yeah, well, we know that, but that's
why Nathan Buckley wouldn't want to lose Treloar deep down. You don't want to lose good players. At the end of the day, you have an opportunity. You push as hard as you can, and then you make a decision. We're going to make a couple of hard decisions. You do it. I think there's too much emotion out of it because players will pick up and go when they need to, and at times clubs need to make decisions for the betterment of the club at all times. And sometimes it's not palatable to everyone, but it's business and it happens.
And here's the other thing. We don't cheat. We don't have cola. So we actually have to make decisions that are hard sometimes. You push, you don't quite get there, then you're redone. Been plenty, over the years? No one's cheated?
No, I just thought someone might be cheating now.
Spell.